Hello class, this is Tom Roberts and welcome to my TED Talk. For my TED Talk, I wanted to talk about advertising and what it means. Talk about the different methods and sometimes these advertising campaigns, they catch fire and take off. Next thing you know, you have TV shows and merchandise created off of an advertisement. I want to talk more about some modern advertising techniques that we use here in the digital age and my personal favorite, subliminal advertising. So what does it mean to have a successful marketing campaign? This slide has an image that I bet most of you, if not all of you, will recognize. That's right, it's the Geico Gecko. You instantly recognize the brand Geico based solely off of this image of its mascot. Now, Geico is no stranger to a great marketing campaign, and I would say they have a solid placing in pop culture. In the mid-2000s, Geico had the Geico Caveman, which was so insanely popular that it had a TV show based off the characters in the commercial. And the tagline, so easy, even a caveman could do it. Some more examples of successful marketing campaigns is Coca-Cola and Santa Claus, McDonald's and Ronald McDonald, and Taco Bell Chihuahua, and Star Wars. Santa Claus, believe it or not, didn't always look like the man that we know him as today. In fact, the fat man in the red suit is a product of the Coca-Cola Company. Prior to 1931, Santa was depicted as everything from a tall, gaunt man to a spooky-looking elf. In 1931, the company began placing Coca-Cola ads in popular magazines. Archie Lee of the DRC advertising agencies, working with the Coca-Cola Company, wanted the campaign to show a wholesome Santa who was both realistic and symbolic. So Coca-Cola commissioned Michigan-born illustrator Haddon Sundblom to develop advertising images using Santa Claus, showing Santa himself, not a man dressed as Santa. Also, who doesn't know about Ronald McDonald? Ronald McDonald is a clown mascot of the McDonald's fast food chain of restaurants. Been the face of McDonald's since 1963 and is the second most recognizable figure in the United States, second only to Santa Claus. Ronald became so insanely popular that he has spawned books, toys, cartoons. The character Krusty the Clown on The Simpsons is based off of Ronald McDonald. In 1997 to 2000, Taco Bell Chihuahua was on your screens, big and little. What I mean by that is that he was a tie-in to the 1998 release of the Godzilla film. So the commercials featured a talking dog that would go to great lengths to track someone down eating some Taco Bell. And when he found them, he would say his catchphrase, "Yo quiero Taco Bell," which means I want Taco Bell. Chihuahua had a great marketing tool for Taco Bell. The dog spawned off toys and even a marketing tie-in to the movie, like I mentioned, and he was adored by many, but not all. Some Hispanic advocacy groups found the Taco Bell Chihuahua to be a racist stereotype, and that led to the eventual cancellation of the campaign. Star Wars. It's not just a series of movies. I'd argue that Star Wars is a brand. The original 1997 movie was a huge box office smash, but the little known fact is that the merchandise has spawned way more revenue for George Lucas, who created Star Wars, than the movies did. Back in the 70s, when George Lucas was shopping the films to the various studios in Hollywood, he demanded that he keep a larger sum of the merchandising revenues. Back then, this was just throwaway money, so 20th Century Fox did not put up much of a fight, and they agreed. Little did they know the merchandise would become super crazy popular. The vintage Star Wars toys today are still popular amongst collectors and fans and can catch quite a pretty penny at an auction. So you've created a successful marketing campaign, or so you think. How can you tell? Is it effective or is it not? Well, if you see your market share increasing, that's definitely a good sign. Are your revenues going up? That's also a good sign. But probably the most effective measure is a relatively low cost to acquire one new customer. If your firm spends $1 million on an ad campaign and you only bring in 500,000 new customers, then the cost to bring in one new customer is $2. But if your $1 million campaign brings in 4 million new customers, then that cost to bring in one customer is only 25 cents. I'd say that's a pretty successful marketing campaign. Social media influencers. What is a social media influencer? Well, it is a user on social media who has established credibility in a specific industry. Social media influencer has access to a large audience and can persuade others by virtue of their authenticity and reach. An influencer may be anyone from a blogger to a celebrity to an online entrepreneur. Everyone probably recognizes Kylie Jenner in this photo. She's probably the biggest influencer on Instagram. So, you want to use influencer type in your marketing strategy. How do you do this? It's 2 easy steps. Step 1, get a social media user with tons of followers to post about your product. Then post a pic of them using your product, posing with it, and they throw in a hashtag here and there, and possibly a link to your website. And then step 2, sit back and rake in the revenues. Influencing can be a relatively inexpensive way to promote your brand, but it's not without its drawbacks. Some of the benefits of using social media influencer for your marketing strategy is it's relatively inexpensive. You can reach a broader audience than conventional advertising. More people are looking at their phones than they are the newspaper, so if you want to get your brand out there, putting it on social media is a way to do it. And credibility. Having Kylie Jenner say that your brand of tea is her favorite will get other teenage girls and young women to also drink your tea. Funny how that works. Some of the risks is fake followers. So your Instagram influencer that you chose says they have 1 million followers, but do a little digging, you may find that they may only have just a few thousand because the rest of those accounts are fake. Also, your brand's associated with the influencer. You have an influencer use your product, and then that influencer goes out and does something stupid. Well, your brand is tied to that influencer. And the backlash from the online community can be fierce. The problem with advertising on social media is that everyone has a voice. And if they don't like what you have to offer, they are certainly going to let you know about it. Finally, we get to subliminal advertising. What does that word mean, subliminal? Well, it means to work on a subconscious level. Subliminal advertising is used by advertisers to influence consumer responses without them even being aware of it. In other words, it's a Jedi mind trick to get you to buy their products or to use their services. For this part, I'm going to show you some examples of my favorite subliminal ads. But beware, once you see it, you cannot be unseen. First up is the FedEx logo. I'll give you a few seconds to look at the logo and see if you can see the subliminal message. Did you see it? Did you see the arrow between the E and the X? This subliminal message makes you think that FedEx is a forward-moving company. Next up is Amazon. Take a moment to see if you see the subliminal message in this logo. The little smile under the word Amazon is the same smile we all make when we find that our orders have arrived. And actually, the smile is an arrow that points from the letters A to Z, subliminally letting you know that Amazon has everything from A to Z. Next up is Wendy's. Love their hamburgers, but they don't love me back. That's off topic. Take a second to see if you can see the hidden message in this logo. That's right, Wendy's collar has the word mom in it, subliminally to tell you that Wendy's has food as good as what your mom makes. I kind of doubt that. So a little history with the use of subliminal advertising. Subliminal advertising was first used in the 50s when a market researcher named James Vickery inserted the words "eat popcorn" and "drink Coca-Cola" into a movie. The words appeared for a single frame, just long enough for the subconscious to pick it up, but too short for the viewer to be aware of it. The subliminal ad supposedly created an 18.1% increase in Coke sales and a 57.8% increase in popcorn sales. Though the subliminal advertising, like what Vickery did back in the 50s, doesn't exist anymore, companies today still like to sneak a little hidden message here or there just for our entertainment. Alright, that's about it for me, class. Thanks for viewing my TED Talk. Wish you all the best in your educational pursuits and hope to run into you again in another class. Bye.